I was the last class, 1966. Let's go to the 12th year. It was a bittersweet year. You know, I was glad that I was able to finish at Douglas where I started, but due to integration in the Shenandoah County, Frederick County, my last year in high school, we had a total of 42 students. We didn't have a football team because that was cut the year before. And I played basketball and football, and our basketball team made up of 7 people. So that was really tough. We didn't have a lot of students graduating from Douglas. You know, I think our biggest class is probably 22. And my class was a little bit, probably 15 to 16. But by the time the kids from Shenandoah County, Frederick County left Douglas and went to their other schools, I was down to 9 people. So our class was the last one coming out of there. My first period in the morning, my first 2 periods, when I was a senior, I was the only one in there. And you talking about that was tough when the teacher only had 1 student to work with. But I felt sorry for the teachers because, you know, they went to school to teach. You know, they used to teaching 35, 40 kids, and all of a sudden they down to 1 and 2, maybe 3. My largest class was probably 6 or 7, and that was English. My favorite class was history. Of course, we had one class, industrial arts. I really liked that. And of course, physical education, because we got to do a lot of freelancing in that. Yeah, but yeah, my favorite class was history. Loved that teacher. The teacher was exciting. You know, he very old school. He got down to business, but he carried himself, and you wanted to learn. And that's what made him such a great guy, you know. Really hated that when I was taking my last year of history, it was only like 7 of us, 7 out of the 9. So it was just like a family reunion every day, though. That was tough. Tears. Knowing that that's it. That was a tough one, real tough. You know, during the years of all the other graduations, you know, we would stand there and, you know, I would be in the band and the choir, so we would do just about participate in all the graduations. But that last year, man, it was really rough. Valedictorian, Phyllis Washington, salutatorian, Lavinia Jackson, and believe it or not, I was an honor student, so I had the 3rd or 4th speaking part. And our teacher, our senior advisor, it wasn't something we read off of paper. We had to memorize it. And we had to memorize it, and we had to use it in an oratorical fashion. The hand gestures, moving up across the stage. And, you know, up until the last day of practice, I couldn't remember my lines to save my soul. My last day, I finally got it, because we practiced a couple months ahead of time, and every day. And our supervisor, well, our advisor, she had all the script right there, and if we missed something, she'd smack them hands together. But most of the time, everybody else had theirs. I was struggling. I was really struggling. My mind wasn't there half the time, so, you know, it's one of those things. Do I remember any of the speech? Well, you asked a good one right there, and I should have. I can remember the title of my speech, equal opportunity. And it went from one thing to, it was pretty long. Most of our speeches were like 7 and 8 minutes. I think I had an 8.5 minute one. So with that, it was one of those things of, ooh, I got to get this right. Last time in school, and everybody was there. So, some of the teachers that taught school at Douglas had a secondary education. So, and majority of our teachers were from the Richmond, Portsmouth, Norfolk area. So, and they went to a lot of black college. Well, there are several black colleges down that way, and that's where they came from.